Alright, what's up, guys? If you're here live or afterwards, welcome and hello. Hope everybody's week is off to a good start. We'll give this one a minute to get rolling. Seems like everything's slow today, so I expect it might take a minute to get this live stream up to speed. But thanks for being here. Hey, Big Boys PV. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. And Paula, hello, my friend. Paula, good to see you as always. Hope you guys are having a good night. I just needed to sit here and stare at laser patterns with you for a while. Hey, Steve-O, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks everybody for being here so far. But I don't know, great to get to spend some time with you. So it's probably going to take this a minute to get rolling. I keep getting notifications. Hold on. I'm getting a ton of Uber notifications all of a sudden. I logged into Uber Eats for a while today just to see what happened. Maybe I'd kick a bike out the door and bring some food to somebody and see what happened. I logged into DoorDash too, and really nothing at all with Uber Eats, and a couple of really far deliveries with DoorDash, so I didn't wind up taking anything. But now I'm getting tons of Uber notifications for like everything. I don't know what I did to make that happen, or cause that to start happening all of a sudden. Is it just because I logged in today and I haven't in a few days? I don't know. Anyway, so that happened. So I expect things might be a little slow going tonight because everything's been kind of slow today. Hey, Mike, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Thank you, for being here. Glad you could join us. And chat, what's going on? Good to see you guys. Hope your Monday evening is going well. I assume for most of us it's probably still Monday evening. I know people watch from other continents and such, and it could be Tuesday already. But for most of us, I think it's still Monday evening. It's barely evening here. It's 5:48. Wow. Feels like bedtime, but it's not even really dinner time. It's been one of those days, I guess. Everything just feels slow, like time is really dragged on. Nothing is happening. I've been doing like little mundane things like adjusting eBay listings and going through crap that I can maybe sell and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just, I don't know, I'm just kind of out of it, tired. And some guy is supposed to come by and get the Cannondale, and he's like, for sure, 100% hold it for me. I'm coming by this afternoon. Don't sell it to anybody else. That's mine. It's like, all right, I'll hold it for you until, he's like, I'll be there before 4 o'clock. And it's like, okay. So, he didn't come through. That's all right. Hopefully somebody else wants to buy it, because I kind of made a deal with somebody else for a couple of bikes tomorrow. And I basically gave him the, yeah, I'm coming by in the afternoon for sure. You know, I don't expect you to hold them for me, but I'll for sure come and get them because I thought I was going to be taking care of the Cannondale today. But whatever. I mean, there's still time. Maybe somebody could come by a little bit later or in the morning. I'm trying to keep the flow going here, though. I gotta eat and pay bills and stuff. So that's the problem. You can't really ever count on anybody like to come through and buy something. I've known that from years of being in sales and, you know, selling things, buying and selling, wholesaling, importing, selling things online. I know how it goes. What's up, Laney Grace? So, you know, rule number one when it comes to sales, if you ever learned sales or had a sales job or you're in sales, rule number one, buyers are liars. Rule number two, every rule is rule number one. So, anyway, I didn't sell the Cannondale yet, and that kind of sucks, but whatever. For now, life goes on. It's, you know, I sort of expect it, Chet. This guy it seemed pretty serious about the Cannondale. I mean, this is a rare bike. You're not just going to go get another one. Because there aren't any. I just went looking recently. I have the only, as far as I can tell, I have the only M300 LE in this frame size of this vintage in the world for sale right now, and it's amazing that I still have it. Oh, new e-bike. Big boys, that sounds pretty awesome. I know the feeling, the anticipation, the excitement. So, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm not sure if I'm getting some of them, Paula. I don't know. I'll have to go back and check. I get spammed a lot throughout the day, so it might have gotten buried. But I'll check, Paula. I'll go back in a little while here and check. Oh, wow. Well, that's cool. I mean, I think that's kind of what they're moving towards, actually. Big Boys PEV. I think, you know, with you know, crackdowns and laws and regulations and everything, I think manufacturers are tending to make e-bikes look more like regular bikes now. And I think we're going to see a lot more of that. So I think that's probably a pretty good way to go, actually. And hey, Joe, what's going on, buddy? And Sean, hello. Oh, wow. I definitely didn't know about that, Paula, and I'm sorry that I missed that. Like, I don't do a lot with Instagram lately. I'll sit and maybe scroll through it once in a while I'm waiting for something, but that's about it. I don't really post or anything anymore. But anyway. So yeah. I'm gonna have to raise a few more bucks before tomorrow if that guy doesn't come through on the Cannondale. I figure I would have heard from him by now. So I mean, it's fair game at this point. Anybody who wants to come through and get it, yep, it's available. Come and pick it up. Because your boy needs the money. Because I've made a deal for other bikes that I can, you know, work on and flip and, you know, make a couple dollars on. Oh man, I'm sorry that I missed that for sure. I might have to take one of the bikes and pawn them. Like pawn. I might have to take a bike to the pawn shop tomorrow. Be like, hey, I just need to borrow a few bucks on this because some jabroni didn't come by and pick up his Cannondale. I suppose I could do that if it really came down to it. I don't want to miss out on this other deal. You guys will see. Well, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I should say what I'm getting these things for if I'm, because there's going to be time and a little money on top of that invested. So, I don't know. I'm getting really good deals on bikes, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I might go live. I'm gonna have to ride at least one of them home. So, how much am I selling the Cannondale for? I'm selling a mid 90s aluminum handmade in the USA Cannondale M300 LE frame and fork with crankset and chain and some other stuff for the whopping low price of $75, and this dude still didn't come and get it. It makes me sick. It's just, the market's kind of slow right now. It's a great time to buy. It's not the most wonderful time to sell. So I was excited to get rid of it so I can go get a bunch more stuff while it's super cheap. So I don't know. It's frustrating. Maybe I can get a loan of 75 bucks on like the $90 pawn shop bike that I've done some work to, and it's nice, and it's just a spare bike at this point. So maybe I can take that to the pawn shop and be like, look, just let me borrow 75 bucks on this, and I'll try to get it squared away in a couple of weeks. I don't know. But there's still time. It's like I just kind of made deals based on money I thought I was going to have, which is you really should never do, but there's just like I don't know. If you saw what I'm seeing right now, I guess it'd probably make a little more sense to you. So anyway, oh yeah, like another lodge up at the very top because there's the lodge that burned down a few years ago. But is there another one? I don't know. I haven't been up there in a while. I really want to get up there. I'm glad you reminded me, Joe. I'm still anyone in the valley, anyone who lives in the greater Las Vegas area who wants to pick me up, who's going, let's say who's going towards the top of Mount Charleston and wants to give me and a bicycle a ride, that would be very much appreciated, and then I'll, ride all the way home. I'm not going to go all the way up because, well, it's just no, that's not going to happen. But I will ride it down. Well, hey, love to ride with you if you make it up there, Joe. It's beautiful up there. It's like compared to the Las Vegas Valley, Mount Charleston is like being on a different planet, but it's just like right there. It's very much different. Like especially the higher you go up. Yeah, pines. It's like dense forest up there. Whereas most of the mountains that line the valley, it's, like sagebrush and Joshua trees and, prickly things, but just barely outside of the valley and up in elevation, it's like an entirely different place. So I really want to go up there and ride a bike all the way down, but somehow I'm going to have to get all the way up. without pedaling. That's too big of a mountain. I'm just not doing that. Yeah, I don't know. I almost went and took a ride today, but I had a lot of like I did a bunch of stuff yesterday, took care of a bunch of stuff yesterday, and then it's just, some spilled over into today. I had to take care of it, but it's mostly out of the way now. But I should have gone for a bike ride or something probably. Somebody's outside trying to give me a copyright hit. I think I monetized this live stream. I don't know. Yeah, it looks much different than Las Vegas anyway, right, Chet? I mean, I guess it could pass for, eastern mountain ranges. It's an entirely different world, though. Mount Charleston. What's up, Slow 49? But it's yeah, I don't know. I really love it up there. I haven't been up in a while. I wouldn't go up Mount Charleston without something, like a car or something, really. I thought about taking the Ruckus up there before, but a long, long time ago. But it gets pretty steep in parts, and I'd have to be pulling off the road and letting faster traffic go by all the time. But yeah, it's just barely outside of Las Vegas and in just an entirely different place. Yeah, that's what I hear. I've done very little hiking up there, but I know there's a bunch of trails, and it's just beautiful, beautiful scenery. So I'd love to get to spend a little time up there and then ride a bike all the way back down and home. I keep getting all these Uber notifications now. All of a sudden, I shouldn't have logged into Uber Eats today. Dang it. I'm like, ooh, notification. Oh, it's just a stupid one about saving money. They're hitting me with everything. Save money on your next 10 rides. It's like, that's actually kind of helpful, actually. I might have to take an Uber ride tomorrow. If I get all the money together, I'm going to have to take an Uber ride to get at least one of the bikes. And then ride it back. But we'll see how that goes. So maybe, that's a good notification if they're going to try and save me a little money. That's helpful. Yeah, it sucks that the old lodge will never be again. I mean, I guess I don't know what they're going to do about the new one yet. I've heard a couple of different things, but people love the lodge. It was, just a 45-minute drive, but a whole world away. How long of a bike ride back down from Mount Charleston, Joe? I'm sorry I missed that comment. That's a good question. How long from the highest paved area on Mount Charleston all the way back to downtown Las Vegas? I'm gonna have to Google that. I'd say it's got to be at least 50 miles. Um, and it's mostly downhill, so I'll be able to do it. But it's gonna take a while. I mean, especially once I get down um, and come back out into the valley. There's going to be a lot of pedaling from there. That's going to take a while. So I got to look into that. Figure out what time I'm going to have to start such a ride. And, how long I think it's going to take. I haven't thought about it other than it just sounds awesome and I really want to do it. And I've been watching this guy. Every now and then it just pops up in my feed. And I don't know if I've ever watched all of his videos all the way through, but he rides, road bikes, mostly downhill, and hits ridiculous speeds and, just goes shredding around corners and stuff, and it's insane, and it looks like a whole lot of fun. Actually, I think I'd do it a little slower than that on Mount Charleston, so I don't know. I think that'd be fun to try. I hope that all works out. If I do that on the Schwinn or something, I'm definitely going to have to put new tires on it first. Probably get new brake cables too, because I'll be using the brakes a lot. So, I don't know. I don't know how long that's going to take. And I'm glad you brought that up, Joe. I'm going to have to look at the details afterwards. Or if anyone's got their Google machine handy, from the top of Mount Charleston back down to Fremont Street. I wonder how long that is. I'd guess it's at least 50 miles. I could be wrong. That's going to really bother me now until I know. Whatever, we'll worry about that later. I wrestled with the Extreme Dad bike a little bit more today, trying to get that rack thing off the frame. It scratched the frame underneath some. Like, I don't think it ruined it, but I'm either gonna have to repaint the frame, which would be tragic because it's like the second, arguably, one of the best GT bike colors ever. And there are very few of them that remain, and I'd hate to have to, paint it. I might have just put a sticker over the part that got scratched or something because of that rack. Ugh, that pisses me off. But that thing, I mean, it needs some work. It needs, like, pedals and tires and a handlebar and a handful of other things, but it's otherwise pretty solid. As soon as I get rid of that rack, it'll make for a pretty good bike. So yeah, I wrestled with that some more today. 40 miles? Wow, that's really not too bad. 42 miles, 2 hours, 57 minutes, and hello, baby love. Challenge accepted. If anyone ever wants to take me up there, I mean, I'm gonna have to put, I'll probably do it on the Schwinn. If I do it on the Schwinn, I got to put new tires on it first. I was gonna do that anyway. I might be able to pull the tires off of a donor bike tomorrow if everything goes according to plan. And then if anybody is heading up to the top of Mount Charleston and wants to give your boy a lift, I'd sure appreciate it. So yeah, 45 minutes by car. I knew, like, last time I went there, I suppose it was from where I lived in the Anthem area, like Anthem, Seven Hills area, and that was about an hour, probably. So yeah, from downtown, I don't think it would take more than 45 minutes in a car, but on a bike, it's going to take a while. Going up there would take probably a couple of days, but coming back down, yeah, I wouldn't expect it to take more than 3 hours or so, I guess, at a constant pace. A lot of it's going to be pretty fast downhill, like the mountain part. Yeah, e-bike would be awesome for that. A long enough range e-bike. Because there's a lot of uphill. Like if you're going there, you'd need like one of those super long range e-bikes with the huge batteries. But yeah, I suppose that's doable. Then especially you're not going to use any battery on the way down until you get down into the valley. Really. So there are some spots up and down where it like flattens out. It's not all downhill the whole way. It flattens out. Sometimes you're going a little bit uphill, even on the way down. So I don't know. It's been a while, but I remember it like that. It's never just all uphill or all downhill on a mountain around here. 6 hours going there. It'd probably take me a lot longer than that. Baby love. Going uphill, I'd be in the granny gear going 1.3 miles an hour once the inclines really began. Yeah, that sounds about right, Joe. I more or less remember how to get there. I just haven't been in a while. But I know that riding anything down would be fun. Bike, e-bike, scooter, uh, skateboard. That's probably a little dangerous. Well, I guess people probably do it. Roller skates. That'd be fun. We should roller skate down Mount Charleston one day. But yeah, I think for me, I think doing it on a fast bike with good brakes uh, would be. I don't know. I think that's the way I'm going to try and do it. Well, it's beautiful, baby love. It's really like being in an entirely different place, but it's just right over there. I mean, the scenery changes a lot. The trees are all different. Oh, yeah. I know people do it, Joe. I know people ride up Mount Charleston and taller mountains and, really crazy things and, transcontinental journeys and stuff, through mountain ranges and the Alps and, whatever. But, like, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the uphill myself. I see people do it. I can do some, but there's no way I'm going up a big mountain pedaling. Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to go through a mountain pass or two when I pedal to Santa Monica because we're not taking the freeway on a bicycle. So, yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to get a little better at the uphill. I was gonna go over like Sunrise Mountain area, start doing some rides over there in the mornings as the weather gets a little less chilly. We got more chilly weather in the forecast. We got a rainy day or two ahead, which bring it on. We need some stinking rain, and it's some chillier weather. But then it is like we're past the coldest time of the year now. So it is going to start to warm up a little bit, and pretty soon it's going to start to feel pretty nice, like even in the morning. So I want to start like taking bike rides over by Sunrise Mountain, doing some uphills, maybe over to Lake Mead if I'm feeling really saucy. Uh, but then there's a lot of uphill on the way back from there, so that'd probably be like an overnighter. Have to take some gear and camp, and then come back the next day. I don't know. We'll see. That's still on the table, and there's still what was I gonna say? I don't know. If we get some decent mild weather, or not too bad, because I still have a sleeping bag. The only sleeping bag that I can fit in a bike packing setup is not rated for cold temperatures. So it's gonna have to be a little warmer than it's been lately for a camping trip. Yeah, I can imagine still this time of year, Joe. I know it's still wintertime over that way. We could still, like, it snowed. I've watched it snow. I've watched snow pile up outside of my home in February in Las Vegas. So, I mean, I know there's still plenty of winter left. For for some of us more than others, you particularly, Joe. But we've still got some in the forecast. We've still got overnight temperatures in the 30s, which is chilly for us. Not unseasonable or anything, but it feels cold to us. But yeah, I hope things thaw out for everybody, but not like get too warm anytime soon. Ugh. Yeah, that's the worst. If the ground is wet and then it goes below freezing and yeah, then everything is a skating rink. That's scary. That's not to be messed with or taken lightly. That's not a problem we're probably ever going to have here. But I've been places, I've dealt with black ice in Texas before, and that's terrifying. Um, and just icy and, well, yeah, I guess just generally icy roads. And it's not enjoyable to have to try and navigate. And I've seen tons of videos of cars just like sliding down icy roads into like a pile of cars at the bottom. And that sucks. I mean, I feel genuinely bad for anyone that happens to. And it's, sometimes that's just the way it goes, I guess. Yeah, icicles on trees. Wow. I'm sure it looks cool, probably, Joe, but that's terrifying. Ah, I would really enjoy some Wendy's right now, but there's not really one close by. Yeah, I'm sure it's beautiful to look at, Joe, but wouldn't really want to have to deal with that, I guess. So I hope it all turns out okay, and if you have to go anywhere, you can get there safely. I gotta do some traveling tomorrow. I hope we have good enough weather. And I still, like, there's still a possibility somebody could come through and get the Cannondale. I was really counting on that guy today, though. It would have been a lot better if he just came and bought that. But I kind of made some deals on some other bikes tomorrow, thinking that I was going to take care of that today. So I don't know. I wonder what they'll give me for a loan on the first pawn shop bike that I got. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see what I can work out on that tomorrow. Should it become necessary? Because I really want to take care of these. Like I want to get these bikes that I'm looking at making deals on that I can do a little bit of work to and flip. And I'm gonna need a daily too if I'm gonna upgrade the Schwinn. If I'm gonna ultimately find a donor bike with a lot of like pro level components on it at a good price, which there's a bunch actually right now. But if I ever get one, it's going to take me a while to put the Schwinn together, and it's kind of been my daily right now. So at least one of the bikes that I get tomorrow might have to serve as a daily. Well, I get that taken care of, which is going to be a process. I don't know. I gotta go get groceries in the morning too. It's always something. But I'll see how little I can spend at the store tomorrow. And I don't know. I got a bunch of stuff listed for sale right now. There's only so much that's going to clear on eBay by tomorrow. Like it'll clear tonight. I guess I got like another, I don't know, 12 or 13 bucks coming through after it processes, and then I can send that. Like it doesn't come until 8 o'clock, like a few minutes after 8 o'clock tonight, but that's going to clear. But then nothing else before, like, I have to go get bikes tomorrow, so that's all the money that there's going to be from that. So, I mean, there's still the possibility that the Facebook offer up people could come by and grab something. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how tomorrow plays out, but I could be riding back from somewhere on a strange bicycle and going live. So again, notifications. It is a possibility. If I can find a ride, if I can swindle someone with a van or an SUV or a bike rack to take me a couple of places not far from here, I'd give them some gas money or whatever. So I might have to hassle some friends tomorrow. Because there's one guy's got two bikes. Well, actually, three guys have two bikes. I want to go get at least one guy's two bikes. They're both Schwinn's. They're both vintage Schwinn's. And super cheap. I can only ride one of them back, though, at a time. So if I had a way to get both of them back, I'd definitely take both. But I might have to go, like bus or Uber ride, get one, ride it back, and then bus or Uber ride, get the other one and ride it back. It could be quite an interesting day tomorrow. So everybody's getting quiet again. What's good? What's happening this week that anyone's doing? check notifications again. Something else. It's 58 degrees in Las Vegas, and then a bunch of Uber notifications. Try share. They're doing the share thing again. Remember, it used to be, excuse me, Uber Pool back in the day, and you could, get in a stranger's car with a bunch of other strangers. Now I guess you can do that again, and that sounds fun. I guess that could be a good way to save a few dollars too. They quit doing Uber Pool because people were doing Uber Pool and just like robbing other people in the car. And that's why they said they stopped doing Uber Pool. So I guess they're calling it something different now until everybody starts getting robbed again. And then they'll not do it again for a few years, and then they'll come out and call it something else. Oh, winter storm. Oh, well, I guess it is still winter time, especially for you guys on the East Coast, or the eastern side, anyway. Um, I'm sorry you got to sit there and deal with that, Big Boys PV. But I hope it's not. I hope it's not too bad, and I hope you've got everything that you need. But yeah, I guess wintertime can really suck. So I hope the worst of it, passes as quickly as possible. And we've just got some rain in the forecast. We're supposed to have like an all-day kind of rain day, which I think is long overdue. They've threatened those before, and nothing happened, or it just sprinkles for 10 seconds. But I don't know. Hopefully, like I'm actually praying for some rain this time because it's long overdue around here. But just, we've got a couple of cold and dreary days in the forecast, but nothing like you guys are dealing with, Joe and Big Boys PEV. So I wish you the best. Of course, I hope it's not too bad. Yeah. Well, hey, there is always the possibility of moving here, Big Boys PEV, but then you've got to deal with the summer. Most people look forward to the summer. We just wait for it to be over. So, oh yeah, that sucks. Chat. Well, you're barely above freezing. That's good, but I know it's never good, I guess, to have a winter storm bearing down on you. So I hope you guys all fare well. And I know there's just been some crazy weather the last couple of years, especially. So I hope it's not like excessive in any way. Like just a winter storm or two passing through, and then everything goes back to normal and everything's fine. I don't know. So I sure will be excited about getting some rain here if we're so fortunate. It's supposed to, like, the forecast now is showing basically rain all day and into the night on Thursday. And Wednesday is supposed to be pretty cold, like one of the coldest days we've had in a while. It's going to make for a less than ideal bike ride. Um, but might as well enjoy, like pretty soon. And we said this in the summertime, pretty soon we're going to be complaining about how cold it is. But now, pretty soon, we're all going to be complaining about how hot it is, or at least around here. Oh, well, yeah, I guess it's a lot better, Chad, if you don't have to go anywhere. If you can just kind of hunker down and wait it out, I suppose that's best. Um, and I don't know. I hope nobody has to travel during the times in which it's really bad, especially, or, immediately afterwards, lots of snow on the ground or whatever. I know a winter storm can get pretty out of hand in a hurry, so I hope it's not too bad. But we could use one around here. We're not going to get a winter storm, but we could sure use one. We'll take yours off of your hands if we could. At least one or two of them anyway. Get some snow on the mountains and fill the lake back up. I haven't seen the lake in a while. I don't know what the levels are looking like. I know they're going back up there for a while, but we haven't really had any rain or anything um, in the region that spills into the Colorado. Yeah, I'm sure it's terrible if you have to go out. Yeah, I can imagine. I don't like the ice part. I've had some experiences with black ice, and I've slipped on ice before. Like not expecting there to be ice there, you know. Um, so yeah, I enjoy ice skating. I have done quite a bit of ice skating actually, but I don't I don't like having to. I like getting to go to an ice skating rink or something, but I don't like having to do it to get somewhere. And I feel for you guys that have to, maybe ice skate, to get out the front door and down the driveway or whatever. I know that can probably be quite an adventure. So it'd be fun. It'd be fun if we get enough rain around here that you could go like inner tubing down the street. Like Fremont Street starts to go downhill, and if it rains enough, it kind of turns into like rapids. Um, and I've always thought it might be fun to go inner tubing down all the way down Fremont Street. Um, I don't have an inner tube. I don't think I'm going to be able to get one in time. But one of these days, that's on the bucket list. We're going tubing or inflatable boating down Fremont Street during a good rainstorm. Let's see, did I get notified again? Ah, come on. If just if one person comes and buys one thing, I'll pretty much be good for tomorrow. So that's really all I need. Well, it'd be better if, like more people came and bought other things too. But Even if just one person comes and buys one thing, I can pretty much work it out tomorrow. We'll see. I don't know. Did I eat? Yeah, I did. It's like I'm hungry, but I did eat. Yes, they do, Joe. And there aren't a lot of good ones in the area normally, like where I live. Like if I had the means to go to my old neighborhood and stuff, I would go to garage sales, yard sales, etc. Um, looking for bikes. And I've thought of doing that actually. Like if I had, I'm gonna have to put, a decent chunk of money together and get like a U-Haul van or something for a couple of days and just go out and just get all the good deals on bikes that I possibly can. But yeah, a lot of people have them, Joe. I couldn't really have one from where I am. It'd be better if I could. I could probably unload some things and raise the money that I need. Well, not on a Tuesday, but I don't know. Yeah, if I ever see any good sales in the area, I'll stop and check sometimes, see if there's anything good. And especially now, see if anybody's got any good bikes that they're just trying to get rid of, get out of the way. That's what happens a lot. I'm finding so many good deals on good bikes that people are just trying to get out of the way. They're like, you just give me whatever for it and get it out of the way so I can put something else there. Which really works out for me in some cases, but I don't know. I need to start thinking if I'm going to push forward with this, and I think that I am, um, flipping bikes and bike parts, I'm going to need a good way to go pick them up reliably. I mean, I guess the way I'm doing it now, if I have to take an Uber ride or two tomorrow, that's still going to be a lot cheaper than owning a car. But I don't know. It doesn't hurt to look down the road a little bit. So anyway. So I need to get at least one daily rideable bike tomorrow out of the group of ones that I want to buy. At least one of them has to be pretty much ready to go with just minor adjustments as something that I can ride daily. And then I can start thinking about taking the Schwinn apart and, what kind of stuff I'm going to put on that and what kind of bike that's going to come off of. I don't know. Again, it's going to be interesting to see how tomorrow turns out. How long have we been going? Almost an hour. I sure do appreciate you guys taking the time and coming and hanging out for a while. Getting a chat going, staring at some laser patterns. So, could be a bike ride or two tomorrow from God knows where on strange bicycles. So if I'm able to do some of that live, it'd be wonderful to get to share that with you if you're available. But we'll see how it all turns out. I guess, let's see. I've done pretty much all I'm going to do with, eBay and OfferUp and Marketplace today. So, I don't know. I need to eat something. I already ate, but it just didn't cut it. And I gotta go, like, first thing, I guess I gotta go take a bike ride to the store in the morning, get the bare minimum, couple days worth of food, and then figure out where to go from there. What are we gonna do? What kind of bikes are we gonna end up with tomorrow? How are we gonna keep the flow going? It's all about keeping the flow going at this point. So, I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing how it all plays out myself, and I'm always excited about getting new bikes, even if they're just to tinker with a little bit and sell. It's always a really fun thing for me. So yeah, good call, Joe. Going with the flow. I hope the flow is good tomorrow for everybody. But yeah, I'm gonna start the day by hitting the ground running, taking care of a few things, getting some groceries, seeing if I can sell something to like a Facebook or OfferUp person. Otherwise, maybe I'll take a bike down to the pawn shop and be like, hey, or what else could I take down there? Maybe just borrow a little money and then, sell whatever the Cannondale next day or the day after that, whatever, I don't know. It's not the end of the world, There's always, I shouldn't say always, there's usually a path forward. So, yeah, I guess we'll see. We'll see how the flow goes tomorrow. But for all of you, I hope it's good. So I guess now I'm gonna have a snack and do a couple of things and turn in early. I suppose another couple hours or so. Get ready for a big one tomorrow. So yeah, I hope everybody has a wonderful Tuesday and week beyond. I'm gonna see how good a one I can have, and maybe we can spend some time together if you're available, depending on how it goes for me, and where I end up and what we're doing. So anyway, I sure do appreciate you guys taking the time, like you do, spending some time and hanging out, and yeah, I guess we'll do it's gonna be a cold one, but we'll do a Wednesday night ride. And then who knows beyond that, but could be a strange bike ride tomorrow, or strange bikes. Anyway, so goes the plan. So do tune in if you're available. I'd love to show you what we end up with. So anyway, take care, guys. Thanks again for everything. You too, Big Boys PEV, and everyone. And yeah, don't know when or if, but might see you tomorrow. So until then, take care, be well, have a great one, and I'll see you again soon.